In January 2023, the Parliamentary Assembly of the Council of Europe supported a resolution on the establishment of a special tribunal for the crime of Russian aggression with clear requirements for it. Also, the European Parliament, representing 27 EU member states, voted for such a decision earlier.
This step is important from the point of view of symbolism, that our partner countries are convinced that it is necessary to create a special tribunal. It is very important that the rules of work of such a court, procedure, composition of the court are finally created and legally fixed. So we hope that already in this year such a tribunal will be established.
According to international law, one of the initiators of such a tribunal may be the United Nations Security Council, but Russia is still a member of it and vetoes such a decision.
By and large, the idea of creating a separate independent international tribunal is reasonable. I think there are very compelling legal and political arguments for this, but there will be problems with the implementation of this idea. In practice, it is very difficult to do something in the UN, when two of the permanent members of the Security Council, Russia and China, will categorically oppose it. That is, even if a majority vote on the UN General Assembly is obtained, and then approved by a General Assembly resolution calling for the creation of a court, trying to implement it in practice will be a rather difficult task.
Therefore, another option for holding Russia and the leadership accountable is to sign an international agreement between states that will want to join in order to create a tribunal over Russia. It is important to involve not only Europe or the United States, but all the countries of the world in signing such an agreement and creating a tribunal.
It is certainly important that as many countries as possible from all over the international community join the initiative to create a special tribunal, since it is important that never in the future such precedents as the aggression of one country against another, such war crimes, the crimes of genocide, should not be repeated. Therefore, for preserving the international legal order, it is very important that as many countries as possible join the initiative of Ukraine. Ukrainian diplomacy is now actively working to convince some countries in Asia, Latin America and Africa to join this initiative.
Finland has joined the so-called key group working on the creation of a special tribunal for the crime of Russian aggression against Ukraine. Now it includes, in addition to Ukraine and Finland itself, 19 countries and the EU Foreign Affairs Service.
Accountability for Russia's illegal invasion of Ukraine and its consequences will remain incomplete unless the crime of aggression is addressed. Finland wants to help Ukraine find the most effective ways of holding the perpetrators of the crime of aggression to account. Pekka Haavisto, Minister for Foreign Affairs of Finland, on the website of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Finland.
Experts believe that the preparation and creation of such a special tribunal should take place even before the end of the war, as was the case with the former leaders of Nazi Germany.
If we recall, the initiative to create the Nuremberg Tribunal began while the fighting was still going on in 1942, and it is still led to the responsibility of the Nazi leadership in 1945. So, by analogy with what has already happened in history, it is important to work on this direction now.
The key event on this path should be the summit of the Council of Europe. It will take place only for the fourth time in the 73 years of the organization's existence, and it is scheduled for May 16-17 in Reykjavik. Parliamentary Assembly of the Council of Europe insists that the creation of a tribunal should be the main task of this summit. Reported by Roman Smoler, Yulia Bil, UATV News.